Why do we celebrate Juneteenth? A long time ago in the beautiful land of Africa, there were people who were just like us, men, women, and children. They lived in a village where they were one big happy family. There were kings, queens, princes, and princesses in Africa too, just like we read in the storybooks. One day, there were men on some ships that came and took some of these African people away from their homes and families. They were put on the ships, taken across the ocean to a place called the United States of America, USA. The Africans were sad because they missed their homes and loved ones very much. When the people arrived in America, they were called slaves and had to work on farms and fields and homes without getting paid. They couldn't choose what they wanted to do. Some people were mean to them just because they had brown skin. The slave owners, also called masters, didn't allow the slaves to learn to read, not even the Bible. When a slave learned to read, it was done secretly so that they would not be punished. Some slaves escaped from the plantations to get to a place where they could live and be free. Many used the Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad wasn't an actual train ride. It was an escape route or trail that slaves followed to get to freedom. Harriet Tubman was a slave that escaped and returned many times to show several slaves the way to freedom. There was a fight between the people that wanted to have slaves and the people who thought everyone should be free. It was called the Civil War. During the war, the president made a law that everyone should be free. On the night before this new law took place, lots of slaves stayed up all night in churches, excited to start the next day being free. This night was called Watch Night. There were still some slaves that didn't know that they were free until 2 years later on June 19th, 1865. This is a special holiday called Juneteenth. It stands for June 19th, the day when everyone knew that they were free. To get your copy of your Juneteenth coloring story and activity book, along with a matching t-shirt, go to blackheritagehub.store.